Jerry Maguire, Coach Carter, Love Actually. These are my three favorite movies, and I love them because there are so many lessons in them, and I could watch them over and over and over again and never be bored with them and still learn from them. So in this video, I want to share with you my top three life-changing books. Hi, high achiever. My name is Fabienne Raphaël, and I'm here to help you monetize your knowledge so you can fire your boss. And I want to share with you my top three life-changing books. And these ones I read over and over again and learn from them over and over again, like those three favorite movies I told you about. And they are in my room, and once in a while, I go back to them, reread them, and just get inspired by them and reminded of the lessons that I learned from them. So let me share them with you. The first one is called The Four Agreements, and it's by Don Miguel Ruiz. I have to say that this one is pretty simple in the fact that it's a quick read, but those lessons, they're very simple, but they are not necessarily easy to implement. So let me share with you what the four agreements are. So the first one is be impeccable with your words. So it means that whatever comes out of your mouth, well, you have to be careful about what you're saying, especially about yourself. It's funny because lately I was talking to someone I know who's losing a lot of weight, and she lost already 60 pounds and she wants to lose 40 more. And when I told her about it, I was like, wow, this is amazing. I'm so proud of you. She said, I'm still fat. Okay, so whenever you say that, well, what happens is that your brain is kind of like taking that information and want to be, let's say, they don't want to have a disconnect between what you say and what's happening. So the more you say bad things about yourself, I suck, I hate selling, I'm not tech savvy, I'm not good at this whatsoever, well, your brain will make you work to confirm what you're saying. So basically, it's not helping you. In fact, it's way better to be positive oriented whenever you talk about yourself specifically, but also about other people. The other one is don't take anything personally. And I have to say that this one I struggled a lot with, because whenever someone says something about you or about something else that is not your views, then you might take it personally and get angry and frustrated and be mad for a while. Well, you know what? When you do that, the thing is that you allow others to dictate how you react, and you lose total control of your reaction to things. So the best thing would be to actually not necessarily not react right away, but then take a step back, reflect on it, and after that, have a very honest conversation if it has to do with something that someone said, for example. So this happened to me not long time ago. Something happened with a post, something that I posted on Facebook and that someone copied and pasted literally. And I remember that at first I was really shocked, and I took it personally. I reacted right away and then I backed off. Okay, so reacting right away, posted right away, and then backed off, so deleted that post. And I was like, no, I need to reflect on it. I need to think about it. And then I connected directly with the person. And actually, the views of that person compared to my views about copying and pasting something were totally different. She was doing it because she was inspired by what I wrote, but she didn't imagine that it would, for her, it was not copying. For her, it was just being inspired. So after, discussing about our different views, well, we were able to settle, and she erased that and she posted something out of her own words saying that it was inspired by me. Okay. So if I would have stayed at the place I took it personally, well, this thing could have escalated, but it was not the case. The third agreement, don't make assumptions. That also is a great one when you're good at not really talking, but picturing things and making stories in your head and make it bigger than it actually is, right? So instead of doing that, the best thing is to communicate. Yes, exactly. Talk to the person or talk to someone that you trust about it, and then, reflect on it, think back, introspect, and life will be better with that. And then the last one is do your best. And this one I love because I always teach that to my kids, especially my oldest, who's a teenager. I say, whenever you get a result out of something, if I know that you gave your best, I'm not mad at you, and I'm completely proud, and I know that you gave your all. But when you get, let's say, a so-so result, and you tell me that you gave your 50%, then you have nothing to complain about, and you can't say it's because of that person or that person, that person. You have to take full responsibility of the result that you didn't get. So that was my excerpt of The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. If you haven't read that book, just go for it. And if you did, let me know in the comments below, what's your biggest lesson out of that book that you got? The second book that I love, that is life-changing, it's called Essentialism, and it's written by Greg McKeown. It makes you just focus on what's essential in life. It makes you go back to what's important. It makes you understand that too many times in life, we are bombarded and we spread our energy in so many directions that it's impossible to stay focused and actually speed up our way to success or speed up our way to achieving our goals. So in this book, which I'm going to take, give me a minute. Where's that book? Oh, I think it's in my room. Okay, I'm back. I had to go take my book. At the beginning of the book, there's this graphics here. Can you see it? Now I'm asking Richard to zoom that. Okay. All right. So you see here, this is actually the result of the person who's not focused, right? So the energy is going in all different directions. So the little circle here, it's as if it doesn't move. It stays still because it feels like bombarded in so many directions. Compared to this other circle here, if you focus only on one thing and you put all your energy in it, can you imagine how the strength is going to compound and how faster you're going to get to your success or to your goal or whatsoever? Okay, so that's the whole idea of the book. If you get that, well, you're good to go, right? And actually, you should buy that book and read about it because it's life-changing, as I said. It's funny how sometimes you think that because you are doing many things, that you are extremely productive and that you are making changes in your life and that you are going to reach your goals faster. But basically, this is all a lie. And I had Greg McKeown on my podcast, Marketing to Crush Your Competitors. And it's funny because when I was asking him about the essentialist lifestyle, I was like, how great are you at being an essentialist? And even if it's a concept that he developed, even if he wrote the book, well, he still struggles with that once in a while. And that's completely normal. I mean, as human beings, we can't be perfect all the time. Actually, perfection doesn't exist. So Essentialism by Greg McKeown, another book that is life-changing. Okay, third book that you have to read and that is life-changing is The One Thing. Yeah.
Garbage truck.
Are you recording?
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
I'm not stopping anymore.
Okay. The third life-changing book that you must read is called The One Thing, and it's been written by Gary Keller and Jay Papasan. And you can imagine what it's about. It's totally related to the other book I told you about, which is Essentialism. And for The One Thing, I took a few excerpts on the book, and I want to comment these ones because I feel they're really important. So, success demands singleness of purpose. You need to be doing fewer things for more effect instead of doing more things with side effects. Forget about the small impression, the impression of being busy. It's funny that so many people breathe multitasking or doing a ton of things. But most of the time when people do that, it's because they don't have clarity. When you have clarity, you know exactly where to focus to get the best results possible, the fastest way possible. Okay, another excerpt. It's those who concentrate on but one thing at a time who advance in this world. So you remember that circle that I explained to you in the book Essentialism? That's exactly that, okay? All your energy into one direction. Passion for something leads to disproportionate time practicing or working at it. That time spent eventually translates to skill, and when skill improves, results improve. Better results generally lead to more enjoyment and more passion, and more time is invested. It can be a virtuous cycle all the way to extraordinary results. So the one thing shows up time and again in the lives of the successful because it's a fundamental truth. And more than anything else, expertise tracks with hours invested. So this is totally related to you having your coaching business, because when you focus on one expertise and you want to perform with helping people and others with your talent, expertise, skills, well, your success might achieve faster than if you decide to be the jack of all trades and just offer everything to everyone. So when you focus on offering this one thing to this one group of people, well, you're more specific, you're seen as an expert, and it's easier for you to build up your business out of that. Make sure that every day you do what matters most. When you know what matters most, everything makes sense. When you don't know what matters most, anything makes sense. That's exactly it. That's exactly what I was saying about focus. So when you don't know where you're going, anything makes sense. Someone calls you and be like, yeah, you want to go there, grab a drink? And you're like, yes, let's go. And someone else texts you and says, well, I've seen this software on social media. Do you want to buy it? And then you say yes. And then you go on Facebook and you see something and you reply to that post because you feel that this is the right thing to do at the right time, because you're not focused. You don't know what's important, what's not important. Actually, you're not necessarily concentrated in money generating activities and whatsoever. Last one, and very important, the pursuit of mastery bears gifts. When people look back on their lives, it's the things they have not done that generate the greatest regret. And people's actions may be troublesome initially. It's their inactions that plague them most with long-term feelings of regrets. As a physical therapist, I've worked with elders. I love to talk to elders because they have so much wisdom and they can teach you so many lessons. And I remember at the time I was working with them, I used to ask them all the same question. What do you wish you have done more of? Or what do you miss? Or do you have any regrets in life? And most of them, what they were regretting was not necessarily like the amount of hours that they worked or the years that they stayed at the same job. They missed having time with their family. They missed traveling the world. They missed following their dreams. And that's unfortunate, because you don't want to be in your deathbed thinking, I wish I would have had more guts. I wish I would have dared to do this. I wish that I would have followed my dreams and my aspirations and my purpose. That's exactly what having your coaching business is about. You know that this is your mission. And I know from everyone that I'm working with and that I've worked with that they feel that it's their mission in life, their purpose, their passion, and what they were born to be doing. And actually, when you decide to keep it all for yourself, first of all, it's very selfish. Second of all, you are limiting other people to find you and uncover your gifts, and being able to actually have the solution to their problems, because you might be the right person to help them out. I hope that these 3 books are extremely inspiring to you. And if you haven't read them, well, go buy them and have these 3 reads. And if you have read them, well, comment below and let me know what you feel was the best lesson that you learned from all of them. Okay? So I'll see you in the next video.